It's pleasant. Good morning to one and all. Today I am here to talk a few things about the business process management. First of all, we are belongs to the IT student, I think so. Uh, the main process we need to follow in our business industry, we can follow in this session. And I will share a few things, whatever technology that you can be learned from starting first year. I think so, sir. Whether they are first year till last year.
No, it's common. They belongs to CSC and IT from first year itself. First year to final year they are there.
Okay. Then for the first year students and the final year students, I came to say you need to follow this process from this time and till your development things under the IT industry full of you need to follow this thing. Okay. First, we can go through what is meant by a business process management. I think the screen is visible to you. First of all, we can take what is meant by a business. A business is nothing but the enterprise goals. What for we are doing a business is to earn some profit based upon some key things. Okay, this is a business process. In this, they are a follow mainly. They will follow in all the business process. They will follow the 4D process. The 4D process nothing but design, define, design, develop, and deploy. These are the 4 process the organization that entirely follows. Okay, first we can see what is meant by a defined process. The define is nothing but first of all, for example, if you take some clients are coming to you and asking, I need to do some with some requirements. They are asking, I need to do some of the projects related to my requirements. Can you build some projects and given to me? Like this, they are asking means first of all, as a developer, we need to gather the requirements first, initial stage. Then we need to analyze whether it is applicable for the present environment situation or not. Whether it is harm the environment or else. That we need to think it of first. Then once the client given the requirements, you should not get in through the development things. That's a major persons are doing in the IT industries. First of all, they are the 3 persons who involves in the development process. For example, you see, for the entire development process, these are the persons involved, such as an UXD person, development team, testing team, marketing, and sales. These are the persons who involves in the business industries. If you take what is meant by UXD means, it's a visual designer. You may know the front-end designer we will say as an UXD team, and a development team as we like a back-end coder develop the entire tool with respect to a client's needs. Okay, next is a testing team. Testing team will do an entire testing of whatever the projects, whatever the modules we have built, that will be tested by the testing team. In this, if you take a marketing and sales, they plays a vital role, because we don't know like a UXD development and testing team will be hide from the society itself, but the marketing and sales is a very important to take a business into a higher growth to achieve their enterprise goals. Okay, what's the first if we start some business and whether if the project, how the project will come into our company means, first due to marketing team, what the marketing team will do means they will post some like a content some valuable content about their industries, and they will expose themselves. Like the for example we are doing this kind of product in our company, like that they will be first marketing. They will give some input like their contact numbers and their mail, something they will give. Based upon the client will be enter into our company. This is the first process. Then after they are reaching the marketing team will be navigate to the sales team. Okay, sales teams will be follow up with the client. What and all you want, whether what kind of products you expect from us. Like that, the sales team will ask the client. Once the sales team complete their conversations, they will hand over to the development team. Okay, the development team will take an initial steps like first they are gathering like requirements, and they will be discussed with the UXG team and the testing team, and they will build the entire projects. So these are the persons involved under the business process. We can see what all the process they will be take over. If I go fast, kindly anyone interrupt me. Okay. Define process. Define process. Define process. I said first we need to gather the some requirements. What all the you want, sir? Like that, you first ask from the client. Then after that, you need to prepare. What is you need to prepare whether it will be sustainable or not, whether it will be applicable or not. Like that, you need to prefer some feature matrix. Okay, then after once the feature matrix has been completed, then design process will be continued. In design process, we will design. You came to know that like flow diagram, like use case and sequence diagram, that's be under the design process. As we can see entirely in step by step. In development process, they will use any kind of languages, and they will be develop some of the applications. Under the deployment, they will deploy to the client after performing some types of testing. This is all the deployment process. We can see the process one by one. In first process, you can see the first like a requirement. They have gathered, they will prepare some BRD document. BRD document is nothing but business requirement documents. Initially, the development team will not go through the project's initial step itself. They will prepare some follow-up. There are some procedures in our procedures in all the company. That only I will list it one by one. First, initial stage, after getting requirement, they will prepare and BRD document. Once they prepare a BRD document, they will be freeze the requirements. These are the requirements given by the client, whether it is good or not, and it can be done in the effective cost and the effective duration time. This will be they will predict. After this, they will go to the client and get the legal agreement, that is SOW, statement of work. They will get a SOW sign off from the client. Okay, these are the initial steps. What for I'm coming to say this business process means this is the initial key steps that all must understand, because you are going to survive in the IT industries. These are the main thing. Initially, I don't know what and all this, but after a few months, I will learn this kind of things, so I can able to sustain in the IT field. These are the main key aspects. Okay, next, under the starting stage, what will they do means they will do like a wireframe. Wireframe is nothing but pencil sketch. For example, the client came to develop some law application, student application. If you take means what and all the screens will be visible. First, whether the student need to log in. After that, they will see some display information like that. How the login page will be look like. Such pages are designed by the UXD. Initially, they will design as a wireframe, that is pencil sketch. Like roughly, they will be drawn in a pencil sketch. In the meanwhile, the development team will do the POC and analyzation. Development team will do POC and analyzation. POC is nothing but proof of concepts. Whatever the things you're going to implement, you should do the cutoff of the some process, whether it will become or not, whether it will be applicable in this particular language or not. Like that thing you can be doing in the POC stage. Then RCD. RCD is nothing but requirement clarification document. This was given by the testing team. Why? Because after getting the requirement from the client through a call, they will gone through this. The testing team will be play an entire role among with the development team till they dispatch the products. Okay, the RCD was developed by the testing team. Next, under the first stage, what they will do means, you say I said that they will do a wireframe like a paper sketch. After that, they will they will design and visual design. That is the entire screen with color appearance. They will design either like Photoshop or anything. They will give these some designs. Or if you take like HTML website means the website designing means they will give like a HTML front end. Okay, next, in meanwhile, the development team will be concentrate on class and sequence diagram along with the pseudocode. You know what is meant by a class diagram, what and all that thing will be participate under the class diagram. Sequence diagram is a flow. For example, the user give for login, if you take the user give input like a email ID and password. That's the first step. After giving, we need to click on login button. That is the second stage. Once the user given an correct detail, valid detail, then login must be successful. Otherwise, it's returned to the front end. Your email ID is wrong or else the password is wrong. That is will be comes under the sequence diagram. Okay, then in meanwhile, what the testing team will do means they will create some unit test case and test script. Unit test case is nothing but the basic functionality. They will does not undergo the entire functionality thing. That's the basic. In the screen, there will be a two button. Then if this button is clicked, this action will be performed. In the written statement, they will be write this kind of flows under the test cases. The test script will be in depth of test cases. For example, after giving the email ID, validate with some regex format. The email ID should contain an @ symbol and .com. That's you need to be validate. That will be comes under the test script. Okay, this and all the process will be over. After this, the UXG team will not be involved. Once they given the visual, their part is over. Okay, after the development and testing team will be involved from the second stage. What the development team will do means they will develop the project by using some coding standard. As a developer, as we are in IT field, we are going to be develop some kind of projects and some kind of modules. Okay, for developing such a kind of projects and module, we need to be a good developer. If we need to be a good developer, our coding standard should be in proper way. And the who said the good developer mean who coded with the minimum lines of code. They are said as a developer. So we need to mainly follow the coding standard. For example, what is meant by coding standard means there are two ways. One is Pascal case and another one is camel case. What is meant by Pascal case means at what scenario you need to give a Pascal case means. For example, you came to know that's JavaScript like ID. For HTML, you will give some ID. No, for example, txt username. From that ID, you will get some value from the user. From the screen, you will get some value. For the txt user, you need to use a camel case. Camel case means it's like a curved shape. So a small letter, then capital letter. For example, txt, that is will be in small letter. Then user, you will be in capital letter. That is text username. It's that word will be named as a camel case. If you go through the Pascal case means, for example, the methods, the method and all will be written under the Pascal case. That is starting from capital letter. That will be a Pascal case. Okay, for example, display method will be the public display. Display should starting word alone will be in a capital letter. This kind of coding they will be followed. That's meant by coding standard. Then unit testing. Unit testing is done by the developer. First of all, they are giving some unit test script and test case, right? Based upon the unit test cases, we will generate some type of testing. For example, we will if we design some module means, that module will be checked under both positive and negative scenario. uh, uh, One main thing that we should not always undergo with positive scenario. If we think if we tested or generated only in positive scenario, you can't find any defects or faults. So you know, majorly you need to check all the modules and all the things in the negative aspects. So we need to perform both positive and negative scenario. That is unit testing. Based upon this functionality will be worked correctly. Like that, you need to prepare some Excel document. For example, that login, the two buttons will be the two button sign up and login. The button functionality is working fine. You need to put as pass. The status is pass. Like that, you need to prepare like a test like unit test document by the developer. Unit testing the module will be given to the testing team. Okay, after they release the build to the testing team, we can release either some module wise or the entire projects we can release to the testing team. The testing team will test the application based on the test cases and test script. Entire functionality they will be test. Once they find any kind of error or any functionality is missing based on the wireframe or UXD, they will raise some bugs. Okay, whether the alignment is not at all proper means they will raise some bugs. Bugs is nothing but error. That's this function doesn't work, so you need to rectify it. So like that they will posted some kind of error. That error we need to fix it, and then again we need to release to the testing team. Likewise, the cycle will be followed upon. For example, the testing team, once we fix that issue, if we approach the testing team to do an entire testing means, they will test the entire projects, or else they will go under the regression testing. The regression testing is nothing but that particular thing, the what and all the error they have put, that particular module alone they will be tested. That will be goes under the regression testing. Okay, this likes after we will release like a second sprint. Second sprint means after fixing some issues and again releasing to the testing team. That will comes under the second sprint. Next, once the testings all are completed, we need to get approved from the client, and for that we need to publish our projects, whatever we do, our tool, to the client and ask the client to test in their environment. Once they test in their environment, they will test an acceptance testing. After providing the success of acceptance testing, the entire projects will be closed. These are the main process. Or else, if the client approaches us to begins with the another new functionality means, our entire flow will not get changed. Just we need to go to that sign off document, SOW document. In that we need to add, these are the functionality you have given already. These are the functionality you've given newly to us. So this and all the things we added. This kind of time it will take. So the cost will be taken into some amount. If they are predicting for $1 means, if you are giving some additional functionality means, you will say this much dollar will be exceed. From $1 it will be exit like a $1.2, like that we need to predict again. Then that tool will be comes under the version 1. Okay, or else if the development person did a wrong thing, he didn't cover the entire feature of client requirements, the client will not pay for that. The company will need to pay for that major issue. For that issue, the company need to pay, and they need to revamp the product. Revamp means again they need to build their projects. So if they go to the revamp means, revamp, if the client says should need to do a revamp means, it's okay, fine, there is no loss for the company. If the client didn't say the revamp, if the mistake is ours means, our cost will be reduced. our cost will not reduce. Our again we are going to do some development, because the development was not at all worthful. Means we need to pay for that particular duration for the person. That company will go under the loss. So this and all the things they will be mainly concentrate. So for following this kind of business process, there are some principle is like a rule or ethic. We can say that principle is the main thing. Whatever schools, colleges, and office, the principle is the main thing. For example, in office means we can they are in all the industry they will follow the five kinds of principle. What means first one is attitude. Why often they are saying be as a disciplined person and be as an obedient. Means attitude plays a vital role in the industries. If your attitude comes under a higher position, you can become a very good developer and very good growth in your life. Then second one is understanding the business need. That's why I say if they didn't understand, means they will result in some like a tool error. So they're going to do a revamp. So understanding the needs is main thing. That is a second point. Then third is questioning everybody. For example, if you are going to work in the IT industries, means you will not will not alone work there. You have some higher team, you have some higher position leader like a team leader and your sub team, like that. So whatever the team leader says, you should not be shake hand. You should not accept that. You should raise the question, what for we are doing this, whether it will become, if you think that it will not come as a right way, means you can suggest them this will not come like this, like that. You need to predict, because the team leader at last stage, if you're going and saying, sir, that time I said you didn't accepted me, this kind of thing we should not say at the end. Because if we say like that, means they will blame us. So initial stage itself we need to question everybody. That's why in our studies also they are saying often ask question. If you're having any doubt, ask question. If you ask question, means we will found a new thing. Really I'm saying we will found a new thing. We will drive one out of the fears. So ask questioning everybody. Next, then fourth point is helping others. In the under the teamwork, you know what is meant by a teamwork. In a teamwork you need to work under and for under 8 members. Okay, for 8 members they will split some modules. Some, if you're working under your module and completed your module, means you should not say I won't take responsibility for the another module. You should take and you should take a responsibility for the entire projects. The responsibility is a must thing that you need to take. Okay, these are the key aspects under the business process. Then I came to say a few things. These are the business process. If you tackle this kind of situation and this kind of technique, if you are followed, means you can surely attain your company growth as well as your growth. Then for coding, I came to know something like we are like a poor in coding. Really, I am also not a good coder. I won't say. I am learning daily. We need, as a developer, as a coder, we need to learn daily. Developing our skills daily is it's a must. Because other the industries they will do a same thing like repeatedly. They will do a same thing. So they won't need to learn any new kind of process. But in the IT industries, we need to learn a new kind of process and new updates daily. Okay, for that you should not take that whether we need to new technologies. If I learn a one technology, the another technology I forgotten, like that don't want. If you have a stable in one technology, itself you can be do daily updates on that particular technology. For example, I am working as a .NET developer. I can work either in a web application or as Windows based applications. For web application, I need to learn something like ASP.NET, and backend code is C# coding only, because the .NET is an Microsoft product, and it's a Windows based app. It's a Windows. Okay, Google is different than the Microsoft products. Microsoft is full of Windows. Okay, it's fully play a vital role on .NET framework only. So I need to understand first, but what a platform this thing we are going to play. Then we need to understand what kind of language will be suited under this platform. That is second step. Then how I can be upgrade day to day. For every languages and every technologies, there will be an updated version. For example, if you take a C#, the C# is a backend code for .NET application, for entire .NET, and web application for entire. If you take a .NET application, the C# is a backend code. In C# language, they are a major version. Now the current version is 8.0. So I started when I am working in the Avosoft. When I am working in the Avosoft, I don't know the entire thing, because I am new to the Avosoft, so I don't know the entire thing and what kind of thing I need to learn so upgradely. So I started to learn, like if I take this my platform, this is my entire platform till I survive. So I took this languages that will be suit under the .NET framework. So I took the C# language. So in C# language, I started to build the small kind of things. For example, like oops. The oops is an very good thing. It will play in all the languages. So oops is must. Kindly, please learn the oops concepts. Just don't mug up பண்றதுல வந்து ஒரு யூஸும் கிடையாது. ஸோ mug up பண்ணவே பண்ணாதீங்க. ஜஸ்ட் வந்து நீங்க அதை வந்து ஒரு சேஞ்ச் ஆஃபா எடுத்துக்கோங்க. இந்த ஊப்ஸ் வச்சுட்டு நீங்க ஒரு ரியல் டைமோட நீங்க மேட்ச் பண்ணி லேர்ன் பண்ணுங்க. தட்ஸ் அ வெரி குட் திங். அப்படியே புக்கை படிச்சுட்டு இருக்கிறது வந்து இட்ஸ் ஓன் கிவ் அ நாலேஜ் டு யூ. If it's very difficult, means you can try to learn by matching with the real time example. Okay, then you need to start at what kind of code and what kind of backend I can learn. This you need to predict. I'll give some tips. For example, for entire application, if you need to if you want to be a full stack developer, what is meant by a full stack and a backend and front end developer means the front end developer. If you want to become a front end developer, be strong in front end like HTML. For web application, be strong in HTML, CSS, like that. That's the front end developments. Then back end means you should be well in database, any kind of database, like for example, you can learn an SQL, SQLite, and PostgreSQL. More database languages, where more database things are there, so you can learn any one of the things. Then if you want to become a full stack developer in easier way, means you can abruptly take an .NET. In a .NET you can be a full stack developer. Why? Because the front end screen won't designed by the UXD, full of we need to develop. For example, if you take a Windows application, I am developing the front end. The front end will be an XAML. That XAML is nothing but some kind of, if you Google it, you can came to know, like doc panel, stack panel, likewise. So this will be in a separate resource dictionary. That we will add on the .NET. And then backend is that code, the connectivity between the front end and the database, means that is the C# language will connect both the front end and the backend. So in backend you can learn the two kind of database. For example, SQL and SQLite. SQLite is a browser query. So it's not like a server type, like password authentication, Windows authentication, that and all will not cover under the SQLite DB. So you can easily learn SQLite DB easily. The queries are similar, but in SQL and SQLite DB there are two differences. One is in SQL, if you see, you can create a separate table and you can use some joints. You can use some all the joints like inner joint, right, outer joint, all kinds of joints you can handle. Then store procedure is nothing but, if you came to know, the store procedure is nothing but combining two or more tables and getting some results. It's like look like a join only, but there you can perform some applying some condition like sorting, or else you can check whether it's exist or not. Like that, you can be applied under the store procedures. It's as a separate file. Then tables will be under the separate file. If you take an SQLite means they won't be an stored procedures. They won't be for joining a two or more tables. You can be create and view. In this, there is a view and table. In SQL, there is a table and stored procedures. So this kind of two difference will place. So this two languages, this two database, you if you learn means you can sustain in any other languages. Like database, you are become a strong. So this kind of two database you can learn. Then um, more for I will give a one tip for you. You came to know like a Stack Overflow and code projects. Please, now itself, even you are a first year or a final year, now itself, please sign up in the Stack Overflow and just posted your posted your question, or you can post your content also there and ask the suggestion. They will predict and they will answer for your question. And if you're posting more kind of codes like that, mean they will review and they will give some stars and appreciation like that. So you can use Stack Overflow. And another one main thing, like try catch. I think you came to know like try catch statements. That's a main thing. Log handling. If we develop the entire project also with the entire code with a optimized code also, you need to write a log. Log handling is very important in the development. Okay, as a first year and a first year, second year, all of them, I'm saying first try to write a log. Now itself இப்போ நீங்களே வந்து ட்ரை பண்ணி லாக் எப்படி ரைட் பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்றத நீங்க பார்த்துக்கோங்க. லாக் இஸ் for example, if you got some exception, like a division, if you're having two numbers like a and b, if you are undergoing a division operations, it's a division 0 by error, it will throw. If in application it will throw means it will show the exception windows. That's a error window. In application development, we should not throw that error window. You should the application window alone will need to be shown. That error window should not be shown. So that error window, without showing that error window, we can get that error and have it in some of log text file. So this kind of process first you start to learn. Okay, before coding or before learning how to code, just you learn how to write a log. Log is important. How to write a log, just you can google it. They will give a more kind of thing. That log file will be applicable for entire languages. Whatever the languages, you can be use that log file, creation of log file. Then after learning that log file creation, then you need to go under like importation and exportation. Nothing, you can have some button, and you need to upload some kind of thing. For example, if you click that button, the save dialog box should be open. How you need to open that save dialog box? Then if I click a button, the open dialog box, save and open difference you need to see. For save dialog box, if any content you are having, that content you need to be saved in text file or any file format. That you need to be go under save dialog box. Okay, that will comes under exportation. You're exporting something, so save dialog box will comes under the exportation. If you're going through the importation means, that will comes under, that is open dialog box. You're going to import from your local disk to some application. So that will becomes under open file dialog box. So this two kind of things you need to learn, because these things will be comes under any other projects. Like if you're building in a Java platform or you're building a Java applications, this will be comes. This is a main thing will comes under the entire languages. It will be suit for entire applications. So this kind of things you need to learn. Then for me sake, can you, if you have any question, you can ask me. Chat, you can ask me if you have any question. Sorry, now only I'm saying UXD full name, that is UX is nothing but user experience design. That is that UI, you are designing the UI, that the UI should be in an user's perspective. User should understand. This is a search field means will be in a text box. Button means it will be in this. It's a UXD full form means user experience design. Please tell again what is UXD. The same you're asking. Yeah, UXD is UXD is a frame. It's like a frame. For example, if you take a UXD is like a separate designer part that will have all the options like checkbox, text box, label button. All the things will be come under the frame. That entire application belongs to the UXD. That is user experience design. Which department? Sorry, I can't came to know. Ma'am, I want to know what is business process is used for. Yeah, good question. What kind of business process management is used for? Business process is nothing but a thing which we will be followed entirely. Sorry, there is some interruption. Okay, what for the business is, how the business is processed. This kind of in all the industries you are taking in, this kind of steps will be followed. Hello.
Hello.
Sir, some interruption is coming.
From participants.
Yeah, there is some interruption.
Hello. Students,
Hello,
please mute your mic. Ma'am, you don't allow giving anybody to speak there.
Okay.
If you're giving any, if anyone raising their hand button,
Okay.
don't allow to. Last we have question and answer session. We will allow to give them answer.
Okay.
Participants, please mute your audio, mute your mic, please.
Business process you asked now. Business process management. Sorry.
Hello.
Sir, somebody is more noise.
Hello, participants. Hello.
Participants are requested to mute your audio, please. Hello. Participants are requested to mute your audio, please.
Hello.
You proceed, madam.
Okay. In the business process management, the 4D is carried out. In 4D process will be carried out in entire industries, because if the define and design will be in a proper way, the development will be carried out in proper way. That's why they are following business process management. If they follow this kind of process, they will achieve the business visualize the goal. They will have, if I need to get for a year turnover, I need to get this kind of dollars or this kind of thing means they will need to proceed in this kind of business management field, which is the most important language for CSC students. For CSC and IT, they are not separate languages and all. All the languages will be in a different kind of education. But what the languages you are going to choose and what languages you are going to learn, in that way you need to proceed. In current, if you ask what the languages that currently all the business industries carried out means, mainly I will say the Python. That Python plays a major role, like Python and PHP, because the artificial intelligence are so much carried out in the Python language one. Then you can learn C#. Surely, if you good languages, there will be a language person day to day, so you can learn the C# language also. What is meant by POC? POC means proof of concepts. For example, if they are asking you, I need to trigger and pay more than twice to the account. If, for example, they are giving your question like, the client giving requirement, sir, I want to trigger the email more than 5 times when I reach this destination. If I reach an USA means for the shipment that for the captain, I need to trigger the mail. This kind of thing they are giving as an example means that for that you need to do like a simple POC. First, you need to see that Gmail. If you are taking Gmail means it will be all the content are be stored under the SMT server. Okay, simple mail transfer protocol, SMT server. So you need to ask that SMT server and from whom to whom, like from this person to this person, a mail to be triggered. This is your business goal. Based on your business goal, you do some kind of keywords. Based on your language, you will do. If you are taking like a C#, means C# you will do kind of some kind of code. That will be called as POC. Covers an entire sort of function. How to develop C program? It's not like developing like a C programming. C is if you're well good in C and C++ means you can be as a game developer because coding or under the C and C++. So you can get opportunity under the game development. What is the rules for business development? Rules is nothing but there are 2 rules under the business development. One is you need to predict a perfect estimation chart. If you're giving the product under the estimation timeline means your business development will be used under the proper rule, they will say. Another one thing is duration of time. How much the duration you are taking, how much you are doing. About that, the business development will be there. Acceptance testing. Acceptance testing means you are doing some unit testing, like module wise you are doing. But client won't do like module. They will test your entire code under your environment. Because in your environment and in your network connectivity, the application will work fine. But if the client are in USA or something means if they are testing in their machine, in their prime means like internet server. Internet server, if they are working under internet server under the if it's working fine means they will accept. Yeah, in our environment the tool is working. That acceptance they will give. Once they giving the acceptance money, the project will end off. That will come under acceptance testing. How to achieve a good coder. Good, you need to be a good coder means you need to get daily updates on the development code. First, simply start the iteration part, iteration part. Then perform some operations like string operations and like conditions for taking the looping. For entire coding, you need to be strong in looping statement and condition that if statement. In that or not, you need to be strong. Whatever the scenario they given, you need to handle based on applying the condition. Then you then I think like a coding standard. The person who follows a good coding standard and coding practices, he be a good developer and good coder. How to learn code? Surely I need to say while I'm in college, I came to the code. This one for addition. If you are performing like string operations, string reverse, something, this kind of code only we need to. That kind of mentality I had during my college time. But while I came to know this kind of thing, this kind of optimization we can be. So once if you are coding initially all will code in 110 or 20 or simple program itself. Then as a coder, we need to regain the code, again to revamp the code, whether we can be minimize this code. For example, they are giving, for example, A is greater than B or B is greater than C. For this, you will ask you will apply two conditions. But using the ternary operator, the conditional operator, we can be did it only in a single line. If you're going the condition means it is a line to it's not a good developer. To be a good developer, you need to code it in a single line code. Or if there is a chance, means there may be a 2 to 3 lines. What is different between sales and business? Business, there are part of sales. The salesperson will sell the product and get the client or company. Once they get the client or company money, the business will be gone. Business is a combination of both marketing and sales. Marketing, if the marketing is good, sales is good, the business will be in the proper way. That's the difference between the sales and business. What is the use of agriculture student? Why? What for you are asking this? I don't know. Agriculture student means whether they can learn or not. Surely they can learn. Why? Because more of websites are there. First, don't go to entire thing. First, start to learn a small type of question. After that, you develop a much more code. Then, I want to say one thing. Not you should not create and code based upon the language code alone. That's the language code alone. You need to perform the entire CRUD operation. That is nothing but create, read, update, delete. That is not will be not under for the database alone for entire project. If one in the list, if I want to add the list, means you need to create the list. Then I need to add the list. If I want to update the student detail, if I need to update the student phone number, means I need to perform some update operation. Then if I need to remove the entire student details, means I need to perform delete operation. This will becomes under the CRUD. So CRUD is important. While you developing a code, please follow this for create, read, update, and delete. Some website to increase the knowledge in hoops. Hoops not to refer some of the websites. The hoops is a part of for the entire code language. It's a part based upon the class objects. Only you're creating your entire application. The CRUD operation can be performed based on hoops. You for a better website means you can be use a tutorial point or else Udemy to learn the entire what's the use of study why in engineering field. That I don't know. How to achieve gaming development. If you for a simple thing, if you take that snake game, previously we'll play like a snake game in a Nokia mobile phone. So if you get the code is available in online itself, you can get the code and you can check how the code are written, in what language it's written. You can develop, you can revamp that code. They have a set of code. You base the code your requirement. You just revamp it. You just align that code. You can do it. Benefits of business development. Benefit is like organization growth will be good. Then the company organization will achieve in a good standard, and profit will become come turnover. Moreover, they will see a more turnover in particular year, and the employee also will be in profitable. These are the business development. Based upon the benefits means if you carry out this kind of thing means you can be surely given the tool with the appropriate time, with appropriate duration. What is there is some interruption in voice. Yeah, kindly who I don't know. So audible. Voice is audible. Please, can you?
Hello, madam.
Because sir, other person can't able to understand. So kind
Oh,
the person who having the audio, I don't know.
okay. If the symbol is like mic symbol, like in the attendees, if
Yes, sir.
anyone having
No.
uh,
Yeah,
participants,
Jyoti, I think so, sir.
participants are requested to please unmute your mic.
Jyoti, can you mute your mic and Sagar Kumar,
Then
can
only
you?
Sagar Kumar will have only raised the hand, but he is not. The symbol is not changed in the attendees. If the symbol is changed, like from the speaker to mic symbol, if the mic symbol is changed,
Yes, sir.
only
So not.
you
I can.
can mute it.
Okay, okay.
Participants, please mute your mic. Then only you have to understand or listening the webinars. Thank you. Okay, ma'am, you can continue.
Okay. Then difference between sales and team. Okay. I am a student of first year. I want to learn every programming, but in college many subject to read. Then how it possible to learn all programming? If you ask, you need to learn entire programming means it's not possible. Entire programming language, if you need to learn means it's a critical thing. But you can choose any one of the programming language. Some persons will be say this is a current trend, this is the languages that's going in a current trend, so the some rumors like that will become, but whatever the language in for all the language there is a scope for all the languages, so you can take any one of the languages and learn thoroughly. Learn means it's not like a theoretical learning, you need to implement like a practical. There is many online compilers available. Okay, you can use use and try the code there itself. It will give some compilation error and they will give like success results also it will be provided, like online compiler tool is available. Just if you browse it means online compiler for like Java, online compiler for C sharp, anything you can put it. There will be some code editing fee. In that you can produce your code and check whether your coding
Hello.
is correct or not. After that you can predict it. Likewise, only you need to learn. Just you told no, but again how to learn code. How to learn code. That's why I said, for example, if you take any one of the game code, okay, and um, and get the code sample. If you browse it also for a snake game code in C programming. If you search it, means it will give some code either in a Stack Overflow or code project websites. From there, you can get that code and you can learn what the each code is doing. Okay, each code, what the each code is doing. After that, you can come to some ideas. If we modulate this in between these lines of code, means for
ತುಳಸಿ
example,
ಸಾರಥಿ ಉಂಟಾ?
no, for example,
Okay.
if that snake will be in green color, okay. If you need to change the color of the snake, means you can be you can edit that particular color alone in the code. Likewise, only you can be like a coder. Then you came to know I edited this kind of code, so I get this kind of outputs. That's why you can be learn the code.
இப்ப நானும் மறந்துட்டேன், தவற மாட்டாங்க நானும் இருக்குல்ல.
Which one is third person means I can't predict this. If you say, ma'am, I am in this languages I am now currently I am learning whether it will be applicable for my future development, means like that. If you ask question, means I can clarify your doubt. Which one is easy to learn, means because for some persons they will be good in Java, some persons they will be good. But one thing I will say, the institute and all will be there now. It's utter waste. Don't go to institute. They will giving only a full of that practical thing, and whatever we are learning from our college only they are producing. So don't go for any other institute. Just you come, just you learn daily, spend 1 hour and learn in online websites, and just you compile it in online compilers. You can learn the code easily. Can I put money in share market doing knockdown? Share market. Share market in the sense that I don't know entirely, but it's good only if the share market based upon that initial code, you can be spend your money under this share market. Which programming language has a best scope? Programming language, that's why I said like a Python. This and all. The currently it's going on in all other applications. The current is a Python, PHP, C Sharp. All the things are there. Just it told many compiler available on Google. How to understand the compiler? Hey, it's a compiler is not like a tool, man. It's just an editing field. You are having like Turbo C. Turbo C, you have having some tool like Turbo C. In Turbo C only you are using like C coding and compiling like in compilation and getting some running your code and getting like that only the online compiler will be. If I get a chance, I will send all the links to your HOD. From him, you can get it. Whereas if you need any other things and how to learn any other things, means you can just have some WhatsApp group and add me into that. I will say some tips. Then one more thing, just try to learn how to get a setup file. If you're building an application, you won't give your entire laptop or your system to the client. You will give either like a setup file or MSI file. So learn how to create a setup file. Okay. Okay. What's language? Because all compilers are different. Like that for C, like Java, Python, and PHP. .NET. Yeah, there are different compiler. If you search it like online compiler tool for Java, means it will provide us different kinds of compiler. Free online compiler will be available. So you need to mention for this language you are going to use a compiler. Then please add my number in your WhatsApp groups. I am not having a WhatsApp group. Kindly you can create for entire IT and add me in that group. Then any other question or queries? Sir, whether you having any suggestion to say anything?
Hello, madam.
Yes, sir.
Can you audible?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am,
Yes, sir.
you can give some motivation, like what is company, what is the difference between college and then company, how the companies will
Oh,
working, like just giving
okay.
some motivations, like how to handle this situation, like COVID-19
Oh,
pandemic situation. You can give some suggestions and motivations
okay.
to the students.
Sure, sure, sir. First, if we take what's the difference between a college and a company, that's industry means, I will say, in my point of view, I will say college is a learning platform and a company is an practical company is an editing platform, I will say. Why? Because in college, during a college time only, we can learn entire thing. Because once we enter into the industry field, lots of disturbance will become, lots of pressures, all other things will become. So we need to tackle both the situation. So kindly use this time, this 4 years, don't waste like mug upping the book alone. Because we and all did it. Really, I will say I did it. I'm not like a mug up. I won't say I am mug up the entire things. I thought this is a programming, this kind of code only. It's they are using in the industry. I thought, but the industry aspects is utter different. If you want to survive, it's not like making you to fear. It's just I'm saying that the industry is and plays a major role because heavy competition in the industries. So if you need to get an bright future under the development, because in my my call like my friend also, like my college mate, my friend also, all are now sustaining. Some of the persons are sustained in the IT field, some are working in like BPO. Because they are saying, my friend are calling me and saying, I didn't learn, I didn't put that much effort during my college days, so I am suffering like this, can you help me? They are asking me. I said a suggestion like this. Now it's not at all a problem, because we are passed out around the 2 years. So you can learn something, and you can create some new aspect thing, then you can came to this IT field. It's not at all a problem, I say. But as you're now studying, right? So from now itself you started. Now itself you're not like, you are not only an engineering student, you are an developer. All are developer, all are the industrial student only. In this 4 years only, you are going to be a student, you're going to be an engineer. But entire field, you're going to be an engineer. Okay. So be from now itself have an, often they will say in our college, dress up with a tug in properly, dress up neatly. This and all the basic things which are followed in the industries. You can say, if I go to the industries, they will own tug in and all. Once the client came, the entire organization will be changed. If a client will not available means, if any like industrial visit, if the clients come to our company means, they will be in a proper dressing only. That's why in our college they are feeding up kindly. Dress code is must, maintain your dress code. It's a good thing, really. I'm saying now only I'm understand this and all. It's a good thing, it's a good thing. Why? Because the attitude, then kindly please now itself kindly try to communicate. Communication is not a matter. Okay. Why? Because if I'm also not a good communication, I'm also not good in communication. Why? Because once if a client comes only, we will communicate in English. Other than time, we will communicate only in Tamil with our teammate and all. That's not a problem in our organization. We won't communicate, we won't that much communicate only in English alone. We will communicate in Tamil also. But once the client come into a company, we need to be as a good, because they are like a USA and like a foreign country. The client will all for this Chennai. In Chennai, all the IT industries, the client maybe come from like a Canada, USA, like this only. So for that particular client communication only, the communication will be important. So now itself try to start to learn like a simple thing, like using like a stress words. Use some more things and try to communicate. I'm also not good in communications, but if you're not in a good communication means all will be all will be make you as a dump. If you don't know if you don't know to communicate also, just try to communicate. If you not communicate means they will they will dump you. Really, in the IT society they will dump you. So kindly communicate it. Then one more thing I need to say. Then kindly you can have a scope, man. Like not only like coding the projects, you can create like web services and all. Like packages we are adding now. Like packages, if we see like a utility in Java code, you will try to learn like a utility like that. That utility is a separate thing all the companies doing. So you try to learn like a web service creations and all. That and all easy only. That's not like that much difficult thing. That's easy only. You can learn it. Then one more thing I need to say. Don't fear of yourself. Kindly learn. Learning practices, learning habits should be maintained. I learned because in these 2 years, I think I learned much more thing than the college. I'm thinking if I put this kind of effort during my college time, means I will become more than this position. So from my aspects, I'm saying kindly start to learn from now itself. Don't learn alone. Book won't give anything. Book and all written by other person only. What their experience they are sharing. Try to learn. Try to build your own book. Write your own book and publish it. நீங்களே வந்து புதுசு புதுசா வந்து ஒரு புக்கை வந்து ரைட் பண்ணுங்க. எனக்கு வந்து ஹேபிட் இருக்கு. Have a sticky notes or else have like a notepad and take all the notes, whatever the key points you're learning, have the notes. And once you after 2 to 3 years, if you see that notes, you can be remember that you can collect that things. So have the habit of taking notes and all. That's why they are saying in college, take a notes while lecturer giving the while lecturer taking the classes. Kindly take the notes. Why they are saying notes is important. It's will at one time, even you are not learning the entire book, based upon your notes, if you learn means you can surely pass in your examination also. So for in examination tips I will give for based upon my things. So while writing a programming subject and all, kindly write, if they are asking to write a program for a Fibonacci series or like factorial of number like this, if you are giving links, kindly write what's the business they are going to find. Okay, that to find, have some heading like to find. Then what's the program you're going to write. Then have the input condition, inputs, these are the input. Then coding, have a like coding side heading. Then write a code. Then output for the code. Like that, if you present your entire paper means they will surely you can earn a full marks for the programming questions and all. They will surely put a 5 out of 5. So this kind of tips you can have it. Then while our college while you're going to our college labs, you can use your computer. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your sharing the experience with the participants and everybody. Thank you for your webinar, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.